Hello and welcome back to Vampyr. In this episode, we're gonna obtain a drop of King Arthur's blood from Geoffrey McCullum. So, in order to do that, let's look at where we have to go. To the cemetery, apparently. Not entirely sure why we have to go there of all places, but let's just do that. I'm probably gonna fight a couple of, enemies along the way because I haven't played in a while. So I should ideally, get comfortable with the combat again before I fight anyone capable of doing anything against me. Well, it doesn't look like I've completely forgotten how to play it, so that's good. Oh, yep, that guy's still annoying, I remember.
We'll crush this.
Alright, but all in all, doesn't seem too bad. Ow. Yep, slightly too slow in terms of reaction speed. How about you? Yep, they're still as useless as ever. And he didn't drop anything. Alright. Either of you? Yeah, you did. Alright, which way do I need to go? By the way, there's new dialogue with Swansea. I should probably do that before going there, shouldn't I? Alright, wait. Let's grab that chest quickly. Then quickly get that dialogue finished. Since we're still here. Can't take more than a couple of seconds. Because we're already there. Edgar, how you doing?
Jonathan, my dear, I can never thank you enough.
Thank me? For what?
Come now, you know what I mean. I'm just like you.
Glad you like it.
I'm glad you like it.
How could I not be happy? You offered me the ultimate freedom. More than I ever could have dreamt of.
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after recent events.
He left the hospital without being treated for the severe beating you gave him. We'll meet again soon enough.
Do you not think he will kill you where you stand?
Funny you should mention it. I asked him once what he would do if I were a vampire. He said he would give me an hour for old time's sake.
What will you do now that you are immortal?
Experiment, my dear colleague. I have an eternity to make scientific progress. I could be the only scientist able to undertake extreme experiments upon himself.
What kind of experiments?
Who knows? Nervous shock, brain damage, pain and recovery. There's almost no limit to what my body can now endure. I could be the next Henry Head.
My God, Edgar. Did you learn nothing from your forays into folly?
I have, I swear. No more experiments on mortals. See? I said mortals. How quickly the mind adapts.
How do you feel since you changed?
Absolutely fine. Did you know I can determine the health of every patient or nurse just by looking at him? Fascinating.
Yep, I knew.
Have you taken a life yet, Edgar?
Don't you think that's a private matter? I would not ask you such an indiscreet question.
Do you feel the hunger?
Yes. It's very peculiar, not like mortal hunger at all. It's like I'm never sated. Fortunately, blood is no rare commodity at Pembroke.
Will you continue as Pembroke's administrator?
Of course. I can help more than ever. And since I'm already dead, I can't get sick.
Perfect.
Are you not afraid Priwen will find you? Next time, they will do more than abduct and torture you.
I remain a man of peace. If things were to go awry, I would flee rather than slice them up as you would, my friend.
Have you seen Elizabeth? Has she passed this way since you returned?
No. And I'm terrified to see her again. I really am, Jonathan. She could very well tear me to pieces for what I did.
Yep, she could.
Goodbye, Edgar. I'm certain we'll meet again.
I don't think she would, though. Alright. Let's head off to McCullum now. Was it this way? Yeah, it was this way. At least I think so. Yep, down here. Exactly. Alright, how many of you are there? Only these two? 3. Alright.
We have to stop it! Shit, that leech! You leeches in Canada!
Okay. Well, there's more enemies over there. Nope, nope, leave me alone. With your gas.
Sit you
There you go. Now just one more. Ow.
Want some of that?
Nope, I don't want some of this. Thank you very much. Ow. Alright. What's the quickest way to get over to the cemetery without having to fight these guys? Would probably be through here. Not through here, through here. Well, I'll have to fight him anyway. But he's awful, so that's not a problem. And I can just walk through here now. Oh, yep, no thank you. Can I just... Nope. I'd like you to leave me alone. What even is that thing? I don't think we fought one of them before. Nope, we haven't. Oops. Oh, I haven't stamina. Yep, just stay there. What does that do anyway? I mean, I've let myself get hit by one, but I don't think that's a very smart idea. If he ever hits me, so be it, but no need to do it on purpose. Nope, yeah, I thought so. Excuse me. I'd like to get out of here. How did I manage to get myself stuck in here? Oh, there we go. That's apparently a place you can move through only while swinging your sword in a very specific way. Let's not think about it too much. Let's head over there, please. Okay. Game is weird today. Can never forget to just take that guy out when you're here. Anyone around? Yep, there's a Prune Brawler. Let's not have... Oh god, there's more. Alright. Let's take care of you guys quickly. I missed one of them, so my stamina... Oh. As if. Alright. Stop leaving so much gas everywhere. It's really annoying. Ow. Alright. Can't see McCullum around yet. He's somewhere this way. Oh god.
If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found a vital ingredient for my recipe.
No rest for the wicked.
Alright. That still doesn't really explain what I'm doing at the cemetery.
Filthy murdering bastard!
Right. Couple more hits. Ow. There we go. Right, where do I need to go?
Leech spot!
Yep. Alright. No, you won't kill me. Don't kid yourself. Ow.
Bloody monster!
Yeah.
I'll send you
Fuck
to
off.
hell.
Leave me alone for a bit. Got some healing to do. Now we can finish you off. There we go. Quickly grab that thing as well. Now where the hell is McCullum? Maybe I need to get up there? Well, it's worth a try, I think. Can't see anyone else around here. That looked almost like a chest, but no, it's a coffin. Oh, rats. Alright, there's no one here. How about going through here? Anyone up here? No? Didn't think so. But where is he then? Oh, there he is. Didn't see you.
Good evening, vampire hunter.
Are you here to end me, Leech? You'll find I will not be killed easily.
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
I have found the carrier, McCullum. the infection's source. It may be science or some supernatural power that's responsible for all this. But I will harness either or both to end the epidemic.
A vampire doctor. My God, you're a terrifying creature. Jonathan Emmett Reed.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Alright.
Thank you.
I doubt
Can
he's
we
going to say
speak
yes
more?
to this.
Indeed.
Okay.
Why not?
Apparently he's alright with it.
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire and tore out my mother's throat.
Yep, that is worse.
And who was this man?
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of Prewin. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
What will the Guard of Prewin do now? Will you stop the Great Hunt?
Yes. But we shall continue to protect innocents from beasts like you and your red-headed friend.
Like me?
I am indebted to you for sparing me at Pembroke. But this won't always be the case. I'm no coward like those St. Paul's Stowe brothers.
How long have you known Lady Ashbury? Where is she? And what will you do to her?
We saw you meeting her, so of course we investigated. But she is gone. Our scouts reported she has sold some paintings and departed for an unknown destination.
Adieu, vampire hunter.
Until we meet again, blood drinker.
So let's make the antidote. For this we must return to our hideout, which is somewhere this way. Down here, I suppose. I'm somewhat familiar with the layout of the cemetery, so I know how to get back here. There we go. Let's make the antidote. A serum created by following the Tear of Angels recipe, with insulin instead of garlic to enhance protection against disaster's infection.
The blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
Okay. Oops. Well, might as well fill it up then. Alright. It's quite some way to the sewers, so I'm gonna make a cut here, and I'll be back when we get there. Alright, we're making our way down to the sewers. Just entered them from Sean's night shelter vicinity, or at least from what remains of it. Now we're gonna go meet Harriet Jones. Or what's left of her. Not quite sure in what state she is. Which way? That way. Enter at your own risk. Yeah.
This place has been ransacked.
Yeah. Thought
They've
so.
all been slaughtered. Prewin. No, not their style.
The scars are gone. And I'm pretty sure it was Harriet Jones who, well, lost control, I suppose. There's a lot of blood here. I mean, the blood trail does go this way. I'm slightly paranoid.
Where is old Bridget? Damn. If I'd come earlier, they would still be alive.
Yep. They probably would be. Finsbury Park Reservoir. What do you have to say for yourself?
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate. Vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Myrddin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
All right.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
Tell me about this disaster, creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the queen of blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
The Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this. She is a vengeful mother.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
Okay.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final hope.
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Okay, let's be brave then. And go towards this final battle. One more thing I'd like to check. I'm not entirely full on blood serums. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with that now. Trail of Blood does lead that way, but I'd like to check out this way as well. Just because why not? Is that locked? Not anymore. Wherever that leads.
These poor skulls didn't stand a chance.
That looks fitting for a final battle arena.
Oh, I'm sick. So sick. Doctor, help me, please. I'm in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars! All of you! My poor baby. I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of this. I can't let you infect anyone else.
How dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature?
Oh, let's look at her a bit. What she does. Alright, that looks similar to what Doris did. What if I happen to get close? Alright. Alright. Yep. Might as well put the blood barrier on. Ow, yep, that was not the smartest call of action. She looks so weak though. Like I've already taken off quite a bit of her health. And she hasn't been any danger at all. Oh, that takes off quite a bit of health though. I should be careful with this. Jesus, stop.
I was a good mother.
You know what? Might as well use that now. And that. Ow. Yep.
Where is she?
All right. Okay. Yep. All right, I get it. Let's use the one needle we have. No, well, I'm here. Might as well. There we go. Reload, please, Jonathan. Surely that was not it. Yep, that's more like it.
This anger I feel, is it wrath? I think it is. Oh, how infinitely, how intensely, how irredeemably are you going to suffer
Barrier,
now?
please. Alright. Okay, yep, that was... I could have seen that happening. I mean, I don't know why such a technique should... Yeah.
Feed your mother, child.
I didn't think it would do much damage. Ow. Yep. Again, that was predictable. Doesn't mean I can escape from it. Go on. Out.
Blood, feed me, give me their lives.
Go on. Out. Yep. Right, nope. Yeah, almost. Okay.
I will read for this is
Alright. Next weapon. It's the best shotgun I have. No, that's the best shotgun I have. Never mind.
time that the harvest. Red the throat.
Alright, what exactly are you doing? Okay. She's got scythes now. I wouldn't like to be hurt by them. Alright, let's move away a bit.
Give me more! They are so young, so tasty!
Oh god, how many of them do you want to get here? Alright. Reload. Oh, yep. There we go.
Do you think your champion defeated me, my child?
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
You've always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
More than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
Alright.
So it's over then, young Ekon. You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridget, what are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suaskal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suaskals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's over now. London is no longer shrouded in the disaster's shadow. We're all safe.
Yes, you prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize, really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Jonathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger, Read as life and death, passing from one immortal to another, from predator to victim, patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long.
Let's do that then. Ooh, I like that. Looks interesting. I wouldn't mind a game in that graphic style set in sort of a medieval castle town. That car looks so out of place somehow.
Well, this is it. Lady Ashbur's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
Well, can I go and get it? No, you can't. I didn't see you going through that. I didn't see you closing that gate, Jonathan. What did you do? Can I go down here? No. What do we? Oh, unknown area. Well, interesting. That doesn't look like a very good texture. But yeah, as I said, I like the look around here. I'd like to... Oh. Hey there. What are you doing here?
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Jonathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother. My dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant ghostly queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics? or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
But Lord Redgrave definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sleep.
Couldn't hurt.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
They will never stop searching for William Marshall, for he escaped their two great hunts. Remember that you too are now on their dark list.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
I foresee trouble for them now that your progeny considers becoming the new primate.
But I'm certain the current primate has no wish to resign.
Exactly. And I am not fully convinced your progeny truly understands what dreadful power he is about to defy.
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
Okay.
And you? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons, and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons?
Plural?
Plural?
Oh, yep.
My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you shall meet one night.
Well, who is it?
So that is all we are to you. Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil.
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Jonathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that question?
I suppose so.
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Jonathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you soon.
Of course. Because a simple yes or no would be too easy. I am gonna assume I can't just enter through the
I cannot
gates.
enter.
Obviously
The castle walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in.
How about this way? No. This way looks not helpful. How about going around this way? I mean, that looks perfectly good, Jonathan. Come on, make a bit of an effort. I mean, so does that, to be honest. Wait a second, just... I didn't look properly everywhere. There might still be some stuff lying around. No, there's not. Have to make sure. Can I see anyone? No, I can't. Well, let's find Elizabeth then. This sort of reminds me of The Witcher. That
It's
locked as
locked,
well?
all right.
Of course
The
it
lady
is.
of the manor isn't expecting visitors.
What about up here? Anything? Can I go? No, I can't go over there. I can go in here though.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything else. Oh, an old letter. London, the 4th of August, 1865. Dear Lady Ashbury, thank you for your recent letter and all the good news it contained. I cannot wait to finally meet you when you arrive in London. The garden is beautiful under the summer sky, although I noted your wish to avoid heat and direct sunlight because of your frail health. You're welcome any day. We'll discuss this wonderful idea of yours concerning the foundation of an orphanage for young ladies inspired by the French Maison Royale de Saint-Louis, sadly closed when the French people chose, my god, I can't even write these words down, to cut their king's head off. Such a place destined to provide a good education to gifted but poor orphan girls will surely excite my friends here in the city. You can count on me and my influence to help make your project a huge success. Yours ever sincerely, Countess Alexandra Somerset. Okay.
It's locked,
This is
all
closed
right.
as well. Old painting. Portrait of Elizabeth Blackwood by Johannes Vermeer, 1666. Is that Lady Ashbury? Seems possible. Copy of a letter. Ashbury Castle, 21st of September 1795. Dear Mr. McAllister, as the new legal owner of the Ashbury estate, I intend to quickly engage in the overdue maintenance and repairs of the walls and the crypt of the castle. Among the few architects I invited to send forth proposals, I was most impressed by your respectful approach concerning renovations on historical buildings and their preservation. I would be glad to meet you at your convenience. My only request would be to speak to you directly and not your assistants. Any evening of next month would be agreeable. You may come to the castle or I can meet you at your office as you prefer. If you agree to come to the castle, I could show you what kind of repairs and modifications I have in mind concerning the crypt, which may need considerable work and reconstruction. Very sincerely, Lady Ashbury.
Like most castles, this one has a crypt, and it holds something special inside.
Lady Ashbury itself, perhaps? So that's not Lady Ashbury, that's one of her predecessors. Portrait of Dr. Jonathan Reed by Elizabeth Ashbury.
Elizabeth, my love.
1918.
You allow my portrait to watch over you while you sleep. I'm flattered.
That made it sound
This castle is falling
a
apart.
bit creepier than it needed to be. It definitely is falling apart. Okay, let's head down here. Of course, there's no door here.
Fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
Alright, locate the secret passage. Do I have to take the sword and put it somewhere? Probably not. Wait.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. Here's another switch. I should keep looking.
Okay, so the secret passage is probably behind that. The question is, how do I open it? Recent contract. Inverness, 18th of April, 1907. So in Scotland, alright. Dear Lady Ashbury, I write to confirm that my man will be at your castle next Monday to begin the new work on the crypt and its access. The plans have been approved, and I'll personally be on site to supervise the installation of the locks and security measures you have requested. I also can assure you that my men have been briefed about never entering the crypt itself, or the second floor of the castle. I must say I'm proud to continue and enhance the work started by my great-grandfather when employed by your ancestor in 1795. Very sincerely, Angus McAllister. Okay. Oops. Portrait of Elizabeth and Jacob Blackwood in Versailles, 1788. Recent letter. Dunborough Sanatorium, Scotland, 27th of July, 1909. Dear Lady Ashbury, I thank you for your previous letters and ardent discussions about vampire folklore. It's now obvious we share an opinion concerning scientific and modern approach toward the need for blood and the cure of addiction. I must confess I admired your charitable attitude when I met you at the Dunborough Sanatorium, and I'm still impressed by your kindness when talking with humble and poor patients. I was delighted to read about the position of administrator at the Pembroke Hospital you offer. You financed since its founding, Mr. Lyne. After a few days of deliberation, I'm happy to accept your offer. It will be for me an occasion to get back to the busy streets of London after years of public service in the beautiful but far quieter Scotland. I will be glad to meet you there and discuss with you further about immortality, its advantages and disadvantages, and how to enhance your condition. I look forward to our next meeting. Yours sincerely, Dr. Edgar Swansea. Wait, what was that? Why is there... like, if I go here... where's it gone? There. Is that from the other side, perhaps? Yeah, it is that door. I suppose. But I'm going ahead. I should finish checking out the room I was in first. Was there anything else? Portrait of Lady Ashbury by Vincent van Gogh, 1885. Alright. Anything here? No, it doesn't look like it. What about this door then? Oh, that just leads into here. Can't really look out of the windows. I mean, it's very foggy. It goes down here. Can't open that though. There's still rats running about, but I don't think I need to eat them.
This painting looks suspicious.
This one? I mean, yes. Sure. That's the Red Queen and maybe William Marshall. Is there anything more down here? Just because the painting looks suspicious doesn't mean it's... Well, in a game world, yes, that does mean that it's used for something. Alright. Old contract. Inverness, the 11th of February, 1807. Dear Miss Ashbury, when last we communicated, you asked for the conveyance of a large coffin from Temple Church, London, to the crypt of the Ashbury Castle in Scotland. I am happy to report your request has finally been validated. My drivers have been informed that for security reasons, guards must always protect the coffin. You have hired these individuals who will be waiting for us in London. They also have been informed that under no circumstance should the carriage try to pass a river by boat, but always by road and bridges, for the precious wood and the relics inside the coffin cannot be exposed to humidity and moisture. You'll find a detailed quote for the entire operation attached to this letter. We are ready to go to London as soon as payment is received in full. Very respectfully, Samuel Lewis, Independent Contractor. Yes, game. I've seen it.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
Yep, I'll do that. Ooh, the door has been unlocked. Oh, that's where I was in previously, and I fell down here. A moon and a sword. And what is that exactly?
What are these symbols?
That's a
I
shield.
can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work.
That's a sword.
One last switch, and...
Oh, there's another thing. That's a herb of some kind? What is this? Is that a moon? That looks like a moon. Voila, indeed, Jonathan. Oh, it's down there. I thought this would open up, but I'll take that, I guess. Lady Ashbury, are you here? This looks like it's falling apart completely, just as the upstairs. Ooh, an ancient tome. That's a lot of text. Alright. 1217. An angel came to me. Blessed be to God. Michael appeared to me last night in all his glory, shaped in glorious blood, to grant me eternal life at the dusk of my life. The apparition was so sublime and terrible that I could not help but lower my head and close my eyes. Struck by the divine gift, I fell to the ground, only to awake the next night. You will serve me as you served your king, said the angel before striking me with all his power. You will protect this land through the eons to come. For all who knew me, I should now hide and retreat, for they consider me dead. Soon I will leave the company of men to serve my new purpose. Blessed be God. 1350. Michael appeared to me last night in my retreat under Temple Church and asked me to prepare for battle. The land must be saved. Death is everywhere. The Black Death. An epidemic sent by the devil himself to punish mortals all over the world. My arm is strong. In the name of God I shall smite the enemies of mankind. England shall prevail. 1569. It is almost 20 years since my fight started against the devil, and the end is uncertain. From time to time the plague, the Black Death, reappears in a village, in a town, and each time the vicious minions of hell approach to get their share of the mortal suffering. Vampires, dreadful creatures. I won't let this land collapse. Until my last breath I'll serve and protect England. Is that William Marshall's diary? Possibly. 1578. Tonight in the small village of Hoddesdon, I met the most delicate soul I've seen for a long time. She was singing for the dead, singing for those she knew and loved, those killed by a new plague outbreak. Without fearing for her own life, her voice moved me, so I choose to let her live. I offered her eternal life as a reward for her virtue and most pious attitude. Her name is Elizabeth Englewood. I'm not alone any more. Together we shall praise God in all his glory for the eons to come. So, I mean, this is just a theory, but possibly, is William Marshall like some sort of, I don't know, grandfather in a sense to Elizabeth? Like Ashbury? Because the other thing is, everyone in Lady Ashbury's lineage seems to be called Elizabeth. Everyone, without exception. 1618. My heart is breaking, my soul is bleeding. Tonight my dear Elizabeth has left me. I have taught her all I knew, all she needed to know. Now she must walk her own path through the ages. God damn it, I'm not pressing anything. This is her wish and I will respect it. Elizabeth Englewood, my sweet daughter, is gone. For now she wants to be known as Elizabeth Blackwood. I made her a promise. If she ever comes back to Huddesdon, she will find me there, managing the Bull Inn her parents owned before dying. William Marshall shall disappear for a few times too now that the Black Death is no more. Until we meet again, I shall be known as William Thorne, waiting for my angel to come back. So it is indeed William Marshall's diary. 1665. The devil is at work again. The Great Plague is back, reaping thousands of lives in London. I must sell the Bull Inn and go there. Once more, William Marshall shall protect the land. 1666. What have I done? I let the devil infect me. God forgive me. The terrifying creature I had to defeat was a demon straight from hell, an abomination of the flesh, a walking apocalypse. I had to trap the dreadful creature in St. Paul's Church and set the building on fire. Without the advice of Michael, I don't know if I could have defeated my enemy. The flames cleansed the city of the demon's presence, but half of London burnt down. Ever since I have dreamt of a red flood, of slaughter and rage. It's like the disaster had tainted my blood, my very soul. For the first time in centuries, I am afraid. I shall crawl back to my retreat and pray to God for mercy for my infected soul. 1667. Elizabeth came to me. She said she felt my pain and rushed to save me. My poor daughter, blinded by rage, intoxicated by the blood of hate. I bit her, she fled, shocked by my betrayal. I laughed and cried as she cursed me. God, have I betrayed you? Have you abandoned me? 1712. My prayers have been heard. I have found the strength to resist the need for blood, the never-ending hunger. My poor Elizabeth, will you ever forgive me? I've heard you now kill and take pleasure in bloodbath with this new progeny of yours. You're a victim in all this. What have I done? I swear I will find a way to make amends for what I have done to you. I swear I shall only rest once I know how to appease the blood of hate. 1785. The Brotherhood of the St. Paul's Stole finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to me inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dus Astro, the Eater of Stars. I think it's because I'm not moving my mouse for a while. I don't know. Who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just the name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may have finally found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I am ready to endure this excruciating pain. 1786. I finally managed to gather all the ingredients needed to concoct the Tear of Angels. Blood of the purest heart for the fortitude. Blood of a king for courage. Garlic essence for the painful cleansing. After months of impatience, almost made mad by the hunger, I waited again and again until finally Elizabeth cautiously came to me. As promised, I had chained myself to be sure I would not attack her again. I did not recognize my sweet daughter at first, for she only was Lady Blackwood now, the dreadful mistress of the dark who took delight in slaughter and carnage in France. She smirked as I apologized and cried for what I had inflicted to her. She shouted at me when I tried to explain to her that my bites had infected her, had given her the blood of hate, now burning in her veins, in her soul. I told her I found a cure and that I had managed to create 1 dose of antidote. I gave it to her to give her back her previous peaceful life. In exchange, I only asked her to take care of me, for I intended to be locked down in my tomb, chained if necessary, to impeach me from feeding on any mortal or immortal. She reluctantly took the tear of angels and left. I hope to see her again soon, cured and at peace. So, it is possibly just Lady Ashbury. Like, all of those Elizabeths are Lady Ashbury, and William Marshall is her father then. 1794. She came back to me, finally, cured, healthy, joyful, my Elizabeth. She told me she had drunken the antidote about a year ago in France after witnessing and taking part in... I've moved my mouse now, it's just... Okay, whatever. The massacre of an entire orphanage caused by the blood of hate. That's when the Lady Blackwood died, she said. She promised she would take care of me now. That's all I ask, as I repent for all the murdered souls caused by my negligence of more than 100 years. 1795. My dearest daughter came back last week to tell me the good news. She has recently bought a castle in Scotland. She will soon finance the renovation of the castle crypt to provide me with a new retreat. Far from temptation, far from the noisy, crowded cities, I can't wait to embrace the solitude, find the peace I need to refrain from killing. God, please give me strength to resist the urges during the journey from London to my new domain. Before I leave, I should give a copy of these memoirs to the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stow, without the most shameful and sensible information, of course. Soon I shall leave London to pursue my penance. There I shall find peace at last, with the support of my resuscitated Elizabeth. Alright. So we're gonna find Elizabeth and William Marshall down here. Behind these doors, I assume. Anything in these corners? Nope, nothing here.
Drop your sword, Father. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No, never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Jonathan?
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and saviour of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
A few minutes left until what?
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Rarely does though mean it has come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Jonathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
Yes. You did well, Jonathan. You truly saved the city.
Yes, we did. Despite all obstacles. I'm truly convinced we did it together, Elizabeth.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this. Through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation. And the will of a creature so inexplicably evil, she exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty echo who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then?
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Can he communicate?
Yes. Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Jonathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But but my father's antidote cured me.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I understand. And I respect your desire for privacy.
Thank you, Jonathan.
I've read most of it in the diaries anyway.
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Jonathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse. Forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Jonathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
I know, Jonathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Jonathan. But be careful.
Yes?
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I was about to say, don't go closer.
I found your research on the antidote. The tears of the angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen? What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once, but she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating the disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Jonathan.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Jonathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, champion of Myrddin, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
That is a risk I cannot take, Jonathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Jonathan? How could I take such a chance?
I'll stay here with you then. As long as we must, until I find a cure.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Jonathan. Despite his madness, William was strong enough to starve for centuries. I doubt we can do the same.
That's where you're wrong, Elizabeth. Since I murdered my poor Mary after my rebirth, I vowed to never take a life again, and I've succeeded.
I'm not sure I have the strength of character. I'm not like William. I'm not like you.
Let me teach you then. Come with me, my love.
Oh, Jonathan, if only this could be true. I really don't know.
We'll run away. Go to the deepest forests, the highest mountains. Untouched by man, we'll hide in solitude until I find a cure.
Do you trust me then?
Until the end of the world, my love.
One prayer for the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung and your path chosen. England is safe, for you have prevailed. I wish you a peace duly earned for the centuries yet to come. And they will come. I bid thee farewell, my champion bittersweet. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
And that is the end of Vampyr. We even got the not even once achievement at the end there, which you probably couldn't read because it was in German. But it's the achievement you get for not taking a single citizen's life. At least not while you're mesmerizing them. The priest in a merry fight doesn't count, and neither do all the guards of Priwen that you kill, or you know, for example, Dorothy doesn't count either because she was already a Skull at that point. You know what I'm getting at. But yeah, that was sort of a goal for me from the start of this playthrough, to not kill anyone. And we managed to do that, so I'm happy about that. I think in general, like, the playthrough was a lot of fun. I think the balancing of the game is a bit weird. Because especially towards the end, some of the end bosses were just, especially the end boss itself, like Harriet Jones and the Red Queen, they were sort of pushovers. Whereas the Mary fight is incredibly hard. And the Dorothy fight was the Doris fight was also quite a bit harder than the end fight. And generally, like, some of the guards of Priwen in the street, some of those fights were harder than beating Harriet at the end. So yeah, I think that could definitely use some improvement. Yeah, overall, enjoyed the game. I hope you did too. And I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play. Bye.